Hi, yes. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, whenever you're watching this video. This is David McKinney here bringing you the video demo for the Google AdWords Analytics. And this is version 2. This is just a continuation of our iteration 1 where we were getting access to the Google AdWords and we were placing them on our we're placing them on our actual server too, so we can manipulate it with the algorithm. So this is just a simple video showing you where we've gotten so far. So first we'll start off at the PHP My Admin. That is the most important stuff. So you had to go here, set it up. Okay, so this is where the magic happens. Okay, so in our PHP My Admin, we have all our special items here. You can see here on the left hand side, I've named my database AdWords DB, and it has ad groups, campaigns, keywords, permutations, and search items. All these were pulled from session data that we pulled from the special code that was the Google API. And I'll show you that at a later time. So here, we can just go to ad groups. Okay, so you see in our ad groups, we have our UID name and campaign ID. This is a campaign, I know it says campaign IN, but this is a campaign ID. And all of this is just specialized data that we pulled, and it's very specific to calling. We could not name these anything else. We had to place it here because that is important not only from pulling, but to pushing out to the user interface. We have here, and to pull this data, we had to, when we were creating the database, we had to upload a particular file that had all of these functions here to pull, and we can pull them from right here. So you see we have our ad groups, campaign, keywords, and search terms, and this is only possible from when we were creating our database to place it in there. So if I wanted to pull the session data again, do ad groups, make sure that all the delimiters and parsings are incorrect, because if it's not, then it's going to throw an error. And then I'll run go. I will run go right now, but it takes forever. Let me show you. So just for ad groups, 2,577, and these are rows of 25. So I can't do the math off of my head right there, but that is a lot of data. It took me at least 40 minutes to pull all of this data. Um, Compared to our campaigns, which only has 5 sets of 25. Uh, that was, 125 campaigns is not that much. Only took 15 minutes. And coming to our search terms, which took a whopping 5,191 key terms to download, full of rows of 25, took at least an hour and a half. This is just saying that this session data took a lot, and we had to make sure that each one's particular. As you see, your UID, your match type, your keywords, your impressions, average cost, average position, all of that had to be pulled, because all the data is unique and is very finicky when it comes to pulling the data. Okay. And with that, we shall go to some of the codes, and I can show you what we were doing. So when pulling the data, we had the not only did we have the 5 things online, but Google and AdWords Analytics actually gave us some data or some functions to pull to have this here. I'll go ahead and show you. Okay. Specific volumes, and then basic operations. So these basic operations here are what we use to pull the data, the session data. So we have our get campaigns. Here we use to grab the campaigns, the data from there that we had to run. Um, your get keywords, and we had to make sure to copy all of this and make sure everything was filled in right, because one incorrect word would crash the whole database, and it would throw so many errors, and you would not know what was going on, whether it's from a misplaced quotation mark or a dollar sign not being in for the right variable. So you had to be very particular, very specific when running this code here. Uh, and you also, this in turn got us oops, sorry, our reports, and these are ad campaign reports. So this is the data here, and this is from when we pulled the data. It's all stored here. So we were running this. We were actually importing these into the PHP session data. So that was very important. That was very particular. It took forever, and we're glad we have it run up and running for you guys. Um, After that, it was and these were the two most important time tasks wise. It took everybody's a group effort to get everything running. And then after that, we have our Google AdWords Analytics, the page that pulls up the things that is supposed to be shown to you guys. Unfortunately, is not running for me right now. We only have it working on Frank's device, but seeing as though I am the video programmer for you guys, can't show it to you right now. But he did give me a what is it? A screenshot of what it's supposed to look like, showing, giving to us of what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it should look like. This is where the magic happens. You have your, as I said, when you pull from the ad campaigns, the ad groups, and the tolerances, you see here all of the specific attributes that each one must have that was pulled from the particular session data on the PHP My Admin. You have your, cost, max cost, interaction rates, and average cost. And now you're asking, why is one green and why is one red? Well, that's because of our tolerance. The algorithm that Frank has made, taking the greatest value and the least value, and then dividing it by two, well, not two, I'm sorry, by a specific algorithm, and then running it against the tolerance that the user sets. It sets some as green session data, some is red. Green means it's good to go. This is above, and then the red is the ones that should be below. So that's why it's so random from the times that he placed, and he ran it on the whole session data. These are the green. So this is where this is where um, our this is our buyer, or not the buyer, but the person that we're working with. That's where the company makes the money. They spend so much money, they can choose a tolerance and say, hey, we're paying too much money for these words based off the tolerance that they set. Um, Next iteration, we should have everything up and running. It should actually is up and running. We just have to make sure that everybody is able to use it, and then we're going to work on updating the user interface because this is a little this here is a little bland. We can add some color and make it look fancy. And after that, we should be good. The hard part is out the way. We have everything. We know everything is running now. We just have to make it look good and presentable. All right. Thank you.